Welcome to another episode of Defending Your Ancient.
Because even noobs deserve to enjoy Dota. My name's Chris, I'm the total noob.
And my name's Sean, the not-so-noob. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Sven.
Sean recommended me Sven the first time I played Dota because I like melee heroes in games like World of Warcraft. Sven's really good at getting up in the enemy's faces and doing a lot of damage late game. His early game can be a little tricky when you play him as a carry though. In addition to being a carry, Sven can also be a support character. This video is going to primarily focus on what to do if you're playing Sven as a carry. Let's get started.
Before you jump into killing waves of creeps and enemy heroes, let's take a second to talk about items. Items are extremely important in Dota 2. Valve has some basic recommended items for you to choose. However, they don't recommend quite the best starting items for Sven. While the suggested Tangos, Healing Salve, and Clarity are a good idea, you should not pick up the Gauntlets of Strength or the Circlet at the onset. Instead, grab a Stout Shield. This is an incredibly good item for melee heroes as it significantly reduces the physical damage you take early.
Sven, at his core, is a hero that farms from the beginning of the match. Farming simply means he spends his early game last hitting creeps. For almost all of the creeps, you'll simply use your default right-click auto-attack. I find that pressing the S key to stop auto-attacking, followed by a right-click when a creep is near death, works the best. If an enemy hero is harassing you and not allowing you to last hit, make sure to at least stay in XP range.
Let's discuss Sven's abilities. His Q, Stormhammer, allows him to stun and damage heroes and creeps. A hero or creep must be targeted to use the ability, but it also does damage and stuns in an area around the target. His W, Great Cleave, is exactly what it sounds like. Cleave is a passive ability that spreads damage dealt by Sven to nearby creeps and heroes.
His E, Warcry, increases armor and provides a speed boost to Sven and nearby allies. This is useful to either give you the edge when fighting enemy heroes or for running away from an attempted gank. His R, or ultimate ability as it's referred to, is God's Strength. This significantly increases Sven's auto attack damage for 25 seconds.
When fighting enemy heroes, you want to try and stun them first and then attack. Once you've leveled Warcry and God Strength, they can also be used to make you a better brawler. Watch here how we activate God Strength, followed by Warcry, and then Stormhammer an enemy hero. This buffs Sven up and allows him to dispatch the enemy quickly. You will often level Sven's abilities in the following order. First and foremost, taking Stormhammer at level 1 gives you a disable. This is helpful at all points of the match in order to deal with enemy heroes. At level 2, selecting Warcry is a solid choice, followed by another point in Stormhammer at 3. While increasing the level of Stormhammer doesn't lead to a longer stun, it does do increased damage.
Great Cleave should be selected at level 4. Generally, leveling Great Cleave later is preferred in order to prevent pushing your lane to unsafe areas. At level 5, upgrade Stormhammer once again. At level 6, God's Strength can and should be acquired. There is almost no reason to not take Sven's ultimate as soon as it's available. Level 7 should be spent maxing out Stormhammer. After that, levels 8 and on are left to your discretion, but remember, always upgrade God's Strength when available. As the match progresses, start thinking about mid and late game items, because the Stout Shield won't save you forever. Your main mid game goal should be buying Boots of Speed and then upgrading them to Power Treads. Unlike the early game items, late game items are much more situational. While we're going to cover a few solid options, don't be afraid to experiment and see what works for you and your team.
Black King Bar, more commonly known by the acronym BKB, is a very common choice for Sven. This item can be tricky to use because it isn't passive. You need to activate it while you are fighting enemy heroes. When activated, BKB provides magic immunity, which causes most spells to not affect Sven.
Daedalus is an item that provides the ability to do a critical strike on an auto attack. This synergizes very well with Great Cleave, allowing you to significantly damage the enemy team if you critically strike.
Now let's discuss Mask of Madness and Vladimir's Offering. Both of these items provide lifesteal, which is why we are discussing them together. However, they behave very differently. Mask of Madness can be activated to put Sven into a Berserk-type state, which notably increases his attack and movement speed. However, it has the extreme downside of causing the hero to take more damage while it's active. Vlad's, on the other hand, is a passive item that additionally provides some armor and mana regen to yourself and nearby allied units. The one caveat is that the lifesteal is only active for melee units, meaning ranged units won't benefit. As you play Sven more, you might find other item combinations that work better for you.
This has been your quick look at Sven. Like everything else in Dota, the only way you're going to get better is if you jump in game and try it for yourself. However, we hope this has made Sven a little less intimidating. I sure enjoy playing as him. Hopefully, you will too. I'm Chris, the Total Noob.
And I'm Sean, the Not So Noob.
And this has been another episode of Defending Your Ancient, because even noobs deserve to enjoy Dota. See you next time.